And good evening, everybody, and welcome here to South Boston Speedways. We're set for race number 27 of the fourth season of the NR 2003 Red Bull GT Series. We're down to crunch time in this series. It's after today. We only have about, three more races left to go before we crown a champion in the series. Qualifying was rained out today, so the lineup, or earlier today, so the lineup was set according to the provisions in the rule book. So basically, the championship standings or the owner points, and you basically already know who are the seven drivers that failed to qualify. They're down in the description below. Zachary Fitzwater is on the pole position. They had a quick qualifying session just before we came on the air. Zachary Fitzwater, which we don't know what his status is for next season. This could be his last season in this series. Dropped 4 spots down to 27th of the points. Vanko Seaman will be back in the 10 next year. He is 22nd in the points table. Jonathan Wong is 25th in the points. Don't know what his plans are for next season. Same with Emma Kaiser in the 49, who come into this race 24th in the standings. So a lot of drivers could be out of, may not be returning as you look at the rest of the starting lineup for this evening's race. You know the 7 drivers that made the show, and the drivers who unfortunately had to go home and will not make the show. Points coming in this race: Cody Goforth is the points leader by 4 points over Alexander Underwood. Sarah Redmond is the rookie points leader by 24 points over P Albanus. They're third and fourth in the standings. Skylar Taylor is fifth. Kyle Langeland sixth. J Ard seventh. Ricky Cervantes, D Monroe, Bradley Reim. That is your top 10. Ace car is off. Here we come. We're green at South Boston for race number 27. As Seaman beat the leader to the line, but he'll have to give it back or he's going to get black flagged, and he will give it back to Zachary Fitzwater. As we check the back of the field, there's Sebastian Palmer. Sean Art is going to be back in that ride. Sebastian Palmer will be out of the 3 at the end of the season. There's Logan Williams in the 11. Logan will be leaving the Red Bull GT Series at season's end, as we have not heard anything about his plans for next season. As Zachary Fitzwater is still the race leader. Jonathan Wong looking for his second win on his rookie campaign. There's Emma Kaiser in third. I haven't heard anything about Emma Kaiser's plans for next season. There's Kasumi Takashi. She is returning to the 71 next season. She just announced her plans as we were arriving here at South Boston. So very excited to have Takashi back in the Red Bull GT Series for Season 5. Also, we'll be revealing the Season 5 calendar in the Discord. So if you've not joined the World Racing Association Discord, the link will be down in the description. Andrew Williams, excuse me. I haven't heard what his plans are for next season, as he would like to return because he would be the most active. He would be the most winning it driver in there. There's Nathan Orman. Just announced he will be back in this 4 car next season. Trinity Lee, Bradley Ream, I know are returning. I have not heard about Brooke Packett, Kyler Anderson, or Alexander Underwood as far as if they're returning next season. Annie Crenshaw was announced. Cody Smart will not be returning to the Red Bull GT Series after this season, but Annie Crenshaw is. Jesse Art going to be back. There's Danny Johnson going to be back in the Red Bull GT Series next season as a full-time driver. He is making his seventh start of the year because remember qualifying was rained out and it went by combined owner points for the drivers that are outside the top 35. Matty Crenshaw going to be out of that ride at the end of the year. There's RB Gardner. Haven't heard what he's doing for next season. Sam Tenney announced he will not be back in that ride next season. There's D Monroe, Elena Aurora. Sean Art is going to be back. Don't know what Sebastian Palmer is doing for next season. Ponzo Almanis, Ingrid Pollard, leaving that ride at the end of this season. Going to be returning it to Skylar Taylor, who will be called Sarah. I'll have to look at the name here. As there's Sarah Redmond, the rookie points leader. As I go back to the sign-up video. She'll go by Sarah Taylor, but we know it's Skylar Taylor, so. And let's also remember, doesn't matter about the name change, it will still be Skylar Taylor, just giving you an FYI. And she won't be running for that name. Sarah Taylor is not going to be a rookie because we all know it's Skylar Taylor, so just FYI. There's Zachary Fitzwater. Eric Alpha has not announced his plans for next season. Of course, he won't be in the 27 next season. There's Shyla Askraov. She will be back in this ride, so we'll have the same driver in that 07 twice. As Emma Kaiser is going to take the race lead. We're going to have a lot of new rookies we're going to have in the series next season. Matthew Hubert, who, by the way, failed to qualify for this race, he will be back along... Oh, wait. Correction, Sebastian Palmer is returning. I forgot to look at the sign-up deal, so that's my mistake. Apologies for that. Matthew Hubert, who failed to qualify, he will be back. Next season, we're back to a 42-car field. So Matthew Hubert, Sebastian Palmer, Kasumi Takashi are returning next season. They're going to have a new driver, the new fourth driver, but will go by rookie Elliott Cassidy. So we're excited for Elliott Cassidy to make his debut in the Red Bull GT Series for Season 5. Also next season, in addition to the Red Bull GT Series, they're going to be paired up with the All-American Series drivers. And that's going to be a rumor that's going on. There's Monica Towns. We will be seeing, Danny Johnson, a 3-wide with Kyler Anderson, and that's Campbell Marsh in the 64. Danny Johnson, as I said, will be back in the Red Bull GT Series. His new driver will be attempting to make his first start of the Red Bull GT Series next week. And if I go back to it will be Jordan Hitchcock who will be making his debut. He will be replacing Courtney Lynn for the final 3 races, or attempt the final 3 races. There's Reggie Fogleman. Fogleman will not be back in this one car next year. That was announced today, by the way. So Reggie Fogleman will probably not be in a ride. Also, Skylar Taylor will be with Jaguar, but going back to the ride she was in back in season 2 in the 45, the ride that's currently occupied by Ingrid Pollard. Of course, Ingrid Pollard will be taking part in the Craftsman Truck Series that will be starting up soon. There's Logan Williams, what will be his final season in that 11. Kyle Langeland, going to return to 22 next season. As we're going through the top 10, we're already past the halfway point. I do want to remind, as we're already in the thick of lap traffic, as Kaiser's in lap traffic, I do want to remind Danny Johnson that if he does make the next race, which is next week, I believe he would be ineligible for the Rookie of the Year honors because of the fact he would take part, because this is his 7th start. If he makes the final 3 races, he would be ineligible for the Rookie of the Year honors. He will be a full-time driver next season. However, he would be ineligible for the Rookie of the Year honors because in order to remain eligible for the Rookie of the Year honors, you would have to take part in no more than 7 Red Bull GT Series starts. So you can technically say for Danny Johnson, this is technically his rookie year in season 4, which is more than likely he's going to take part if he ends up making another race. If he doesn't make another race, I think he would still be eligible for the Rookie of the Year honors. I already know Nathan Orman's wasn't eligible for the Rookie of the Year honors when he made in season 2, because like I said, he took part in more than 7 Red Bull GT Series starts. And speaking of Ormy, he's about to go a lap down to Kaiser. No matter what for Kaiser, she's going to be in the Busch Series or in the Winston Cup Series. Because even if she's not in the Red Bull GT Series for next season, at least she has something to worry about. Which, by the way, next season for Trucks, Busch, and Winston Cup is going to be completely different. Because in season 2, we're going to have pole day qualifying on this day, the race the next day, yada, yada, yada. So we hope to see Kaiser possibly in an Oreo Cup Series ride, which, by the way, that's still in the works with Captain Frank as far as that's concerned. As we're almost down to 5 laps of racing to go. So this race has gone by super quick. We only have 28 drivers on the lead lap, all 42 still in the race. But this is going to have major implications on the points table. Because Cody Goforth is 41st. He came in this race as the points leader. Alexander Underwood, 30th, second in points. So a lot of drivers who came in running very well in the points. This is about to throw the championship wide open. Because Sarah Redmond, who came in this race 3rd in the points, could take the points lead going into next week. If this stays the way it is. That's not good for neither, as now Kaiser got a little tight. That's going to allow the 60 to get back by and get back on the lead lap, but that's still not a good points day for the 60 bunch. So we're guaranteed a new points leader. The question is, are we going to have a new points leader for the Rookie of the Year standings? The answer is more than likely going to be a no. as Kaiser's continuing to drop back as she can't get a break. And oh, we're coming to the white flag. Oh, by the way, white flag's in the air. One more lap to go. As Kaiser still can't get to the bottom of the racetrack. Now she is, well, as soon as I say that, here comes the 71. But it's not going to matter as Emma Kaiser is going to win here at South Boston. And if this is her last season in the Red Bull GT Series, she's going out as a winner. 24th in the points. This will put her inside the top 20 in the standings, leaving tonight's race here at South Boston. Jonathan Wong will get Rookie of the Race in second. Eric Alpha will come home in third. Jonathan Wong came in this race 25th in the points, so he'll be inside the top 20 leaving today. Same with Eric Alpha, who came in this race 21st in the standings. Cody Smart, in his final 3 races as a Red Bull GT Series driver, he's going to come away with 4th. 28th in the points for Cody Smart. Ricky Cervantes, who is leaving this 38 team at the end of the year, he's going to go truck racing for the World Racing Association next season. He'll come away with 5th. Good run for Cervantes. And he came into this race, Ricky that is, if I can find the 38. He was 8th in the points, so he'll remain in the top 10 in the standings. Zachary Fitzwater, if this is the last time we will see Fitzy in this series, what a good way to continue to go out. 27th in points. That's his 11th top 10 of the year. Josh Harmon will come home in 7th. Harmon will be back in the Red Bull GT Series next season. 15th in the points. Going to work his way up. Lizette Armstrong has had a difficult year, but she will be back in the 2 next year. She will come home in 8th. And let's see, she's already going to bypass Jared Johnson, so she's like 39th in the standings. We'll have to see if she's going to be closer to the 35th in the standings cut line, but she's failed to qualify for so many races. I seriously doubt it, but still a good result for a driver who's really had a nightmare of a season. Sarah Redmond, I believe, will take the points lead heading into next week because of the drivers that were struggling in the points, or drivers that were ahead of her in the points, the 2 boys that she was trying to run down for the points lead. She will definitely take the points lead. She's also going to keep the rookie points lead because the guy that was trying to run her down for the points lead did not finish well. That would be Ponzo Albanus. So she'll keep the rookie points lead, but she'll take the overall points lead heading into next week. And Lucian Bianchi comes home in the 10th position. He came in race 12th in the points. This will put him back inside the top 10 in the standings leaving today. Shyla Askraov, Henrietta Fitzwater, Vanko Seaman, RB Gardner, good run for RB, and Chaz Farmer will complete your top 15. A lot of drivers really had troubles today. As you look on down through the remainder of the finishing results, this is where I get a little concerned about. We had 31 drivers finish on the lead lap. All 42 drivers did reach the conclusion of the race, so there you go. I'm looking at here at some big names. Sam Tenney, 28th. He was, looking at the points here, he was only 20 points back of Andrew Williams. He only gained about 6 spots. I don't think he's done enough, to be quite honest with you. Annie Crenshaw, 20th in points. This is going to drop her down through the points table. Danny Johnson, not the run he was hoping for. Of course, doesn't matter to Danny Johnson because he's just trying to make the most of these opportunities to race. Andrew Williams came in this race in that critical 35th in the standings. Well, the good news is the driver that was trying to run him down for that spot didn't finish well, who finished in 28th. Addison Peterson, definitely a season she would like to forget. Ponzo Albanus, second in the Rookie of the Year standings. He's going to drop possibly outside the top 10 in the standings, depending on what happens between now and then. Reagan Whitlock had a terrible race. He was 34th in the standings. He was right near that 35th in the standings cut line. Kyler Anderson came in running well in points. He's going to take a hit. Cody Goforth, the points leader, 41st. Alexander Underwood, 26th. Both of them were first and second in points. So a lot of drivers who came in running very well in the standings really did not have a good run here tonight. And this could have some major implications on the points and the Rookie of the Year standings heading into next week's race. This copyrighted broadcast is presented by the authority of the World Racing Association for the private use of our audience. Any reproduction or rebroadcast or retransmitted or any other disseminations or the use of this broadcast without the express written consent of the World Racing Association is prohibited. Blue Hedgehog TV and the World Racing Association, thank you fans for your support. We hope you enjoyed tonight's broadcast. Hope you enjoyed tonight's race from here at South Boston. If you did, be sure to give this video a like. Subscribe to become part of the World Racing Association crew today. We've shown your full finisher results. Your point standings are down the description heading into next week at Atlanta Motor Speedway. Hope you will join us for that. That will be a 1 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. We'll have Go or Go Home qualifying in the morning. As far as that is concerned, at 9 a.m. Eastern, we'll go racing at 1 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And then we have 2 more races after that before we begin the Oreo Cup Series season. That will be Kansas and our season finale at Homestead Miami Speedway. Thank you guys so much for joining me. I appreciate you guys watching. I've been Dana Fools. Thank you for joining me and saying good night from South Boston. Congratulations to Emma Kaiser on the win. And thank you for watching another broadcast of the World Racing Association, the greatest racing since 2013.